Hey everybody, Max Keller here, Save Your Home Buyer, Save Your Publishing House. You may have seen me working with a motivated seller or working with one of my students. And we help real estate investors basically stand out and not look like a dime a dozen. And this story is kind of on my mind today, so I just want to take a quick break here and share it with you. Not that long ago, before I started really learning how to do educational marketing to motivated sellers, not just trying to sell them stuff or say, hey, pick me, but like really teach and empower and educate them and then draw them in. That's what I do now. That's what my students do. But I haven't always done that. I did pretty much the normal stuff. I tried every single list that was out there. I signed up for some lists that were, limited number of people per area list, and then I found out they weren't that, limited. I did inherited property list, probate list, absentee landlord list, vacant home list, tax liens, pre-foreclosure. I went and, did all the code violator stuff, went and got the list myself, had my VA, do all the work on them. And I've tried a million different ones, and the thing is like, at the end of the day, if I didn't solve for the biggest problem, which is people in my market saw me 2-3 years ago as just like everybody else. And so one time I remember we were flipping a couple of houses, one down on the south side of town, and I drive home and I'm beat. It's Friday, I'm absolutely beat. All I want to do is just go inside, have dinner, and basically pass out. If you know what I'm talking about, flipping houses is not easy, and even when you have a great team. And so I remember I got a phone call in my driveway, and the guy goes, hey, we got some of your marketing. I want you to come over and check out my mom's house tomorrow. And I was like, I can't. I had one other person helping me buy houses, and we literally were just booked. And I said, I can come over on Monday. Is that okay? And they're like, no, it's got to be tomorrow. I'm like, okay, what about Sunday? I'm like, no. I'm like, okay, how about right now? And I didn't want to. I want to go inside and see my family. I got into this business to escape the rat race, escape the hamster wheel and the grind, and literally I felt like the grind was even worse. I got paid a little more, but it still wasn't, I was still a grind. And the guy goes, no, man, don't worry about it. He goes, if you can't come over tomorrow, don't worry about it. We'll just call somebody else. Aren't you guys like a dime a dozen? That's what he told me. And there was this long pause, and I was trying to figure out what to say next. I was kind of pissed, and it felt like crap. I was like, here I am busting my ass to do all this work. And literally, I'm just like a total commodity to these folks. And the market had gotten a lot more competitive, and it absolutely sucked. And so, what can you do in your market if you feel like that sometimes to stand out? And there's a lot of different ways, that if you know about me and what my students do, we use books, we use education. We found that to be extremely effective and just basically positioning ourselves as very, very different. But you can start with other things. You can start with maybe more offers. That's one thing that we tried before we got into books, and it worked a little bit. So instead of having just one offer, which is the cash only offer, we started doing a program where we would rehab the house and then buy it from them, and basically flip their own house kind of thing. And then we did the program, obviously connected them to real estate agents, and so it kind of gave them all the options, and that helped a little bit. But what I was noticing is that very few people in my competition were doing any kind of education. And I wrote a book, my students license our book systems. We have a bunch of them for whatever niche you're going after. But whatever you do, think about ways that you can stand out. And an easy way is videos, like what we're doing right here. Can you make a list of the 10 or 15 questions that your motivated sellers ask you the most, and just shoot a video, put it on YouTube, and then link it on your mail. Link it to people, because folks like to get on the internet. Motivated sellers are on the internet. Seniors are on the internet. That's who I focus on for Save Your Home Buyers, is seniors. It's just a great niche, but they're the fastest growing group on Facebook. So people are watching video, and it's affordable. You can literally just turn your phone on, shoot some videos, and really help and teach. And we're finding that if we put them all in a playlist, that the motivated sellers will watch all of them. And another cool little trick that we've been using, it's been working really well, is we're shooting the videos local. So we'll shoot the videos in front of areas. And I know this depends on where you are, but for me, I like to just focus on one area and be really, really like really tight and really focus on that area. And so I found that when I shoot educational videos, instead of just doing them, in my office or something like this, or office building, why don't I just shoot them in front of City Hall? And why don't I just shoot them in front of the library or the high school? The places that these folks already identify. And that's a I'm not going to say that will keep people from like not choosing you. There's other dynamics, but what can you do to stand out and just be more trustworthy? Because basically, people are not choosing you either because they think you can't help them, the price is just like totally out of the ballpark off, or they don't trust you. And so this strategy helps with, they know that you can help them because you're showing them that, and now they're trusting you. And I found that if they know that you can help them and you've educated them on something and they trust you, it's a lot easier to get them to choose you. And it's also a lot easier to get them to choose you even if your price isn't the same as somebody else's. I've had people who have taken $10,000 less because they knew that I was looking out for their best interest and they trusted me. And so, that helps with the last one. So I hope this was helpful. I just wanted to get this out of my head and share it with you. And if you like this video, check out some of our other videos. Later, bye.